Hello YouTube friends, welcome to the Red Parrot channel. I am your host, Mary Ellen. This is an episode of Junk Journal Roundup, maybe sort of a pre-craft with me, where I will be going through a couple of things that I found that have been just in the process of being flattened, and very preliminary thoughts about the bee journal and the idea that I have in my head. So we will see how far we get. Weather watch, I have a very large vat of ice cold water. It is currently 34 degrees Celsius, which is around 93 Fahrenheit. It is hot, and that's spelt with 3 O's. It is probably gonna have a thunderbuster later today, but for now it is just no wind at all. It is just the air is heavy in moisture, so nothing for it but to be inside and just doing some general faffing around. So let's clear what I found. So remember I didn't. A couple of months ago, I was doing some book boiling. Here is some results of said book boiling. And clearly the dictionary went that far and did not get to these edges, but we will carry on, and we'll have just a quick flip through to see what all I had. So I think this was largely, this looks like roses to me. And so this would have been the back. This is an iron washer. And I think I was doing very specific placement of the flowers on the edges to be able to have a sort of an edge to the paper. So that was probably what my theme was. Boy, this is grungy. That's some grass. Yeah, this is all roses, I think, and this is red rose. Wed woes. Yeah, when I was taking it apart, I have lots of patience. I just use it up very, very quickly. And so I would have had fragile paper and it would have just torn. Ooh, this one turned out nice. I like it when you have a little bit of a color left. That looks nice. I like that. This one's nice too. A lot of bubbling and stuff that's happening there. That's the back. Those are a couple of little washers, little baby washers that I plunked in. More stuff. That one turned out nice too. I like that one. Ooh, here's another fragile one. This is an interesting color of green. I wonder if it was bled through the back there. And this was probably me getting extremely carried away with doing margins. Like, oh, let's just throw it all in. Why not? That's pretty. I like that. Nice green. I can tell this was me just putting down a whole rose because the paper has been sort of molded to that shape. And that's that. This one's pretty. I like this. That one. Oh, I didn't show you the back. I like this one. It's another washer. Ooh, this is a nice border. This one worked out well. I think I had another rose that was just here, and then this was me deliberately just putting it up on the top or on the one side. So that worked. This is just bubbled all over, and I didn't show you the back of that one. So this is straightforward scrapbook paper that comes from the dollar store. And then just doing some boilios. That one's pretty too. The imprints turned out really well. Ooh, that's fun. Oh, here are my little fragile bits that fell off. This is either small roses. Yeah, it must be small. Yeah, that looks like rose too. Very fragile, though really nice looking. More fragile, so this must have been more on the outside, and more on the outside. So there we are, more paper. But I love making it, and I just never seem to use it. I don't do enough journals, maybe. But anyways, there we are. So plop that neatly on the floor. Now, to my bee journal. Some thoughts. So I have this thought in mind. This, I think, is going to be the book that I'm going to use. Mostly because it is just a basic size. It's the right size for 9 by 12 paper, 8.5 by 11, fold it over, and then use that. So we'll be able to, I don't think there's any pictures in it, but it's nice paper. It feels nice. And there's these bits here. I like having that sometimes you can be clever about your folding. Okay, you can't do that there. So this would be a great example where you could use that as the back of a journal card, or you could create, like I say, be clever about how you fold it, and then you could get like a blank sheet of paper for like a pocket or whatever. Be ashamed to lose this though. I like this. 1947, Lydia Bailey by Kenneth Roberts. So, is what it is. So, bee journal, yes, quite. Can't remember how many signatures this was going to be. I should be able to look that up. Let's wander over here. I'm very glad to report that I got some order to my documentation. So one signature, I say. And I didn't do a budget, and I think I am not going to have a budget now because I have bought at least a couple of small things, and I have blown whatever budget that is going to be there. So we're going to just pretend for this one that there is no budget, and we're not even pretending. So one signature, but I want to maybe do 2, if not 3. And my thought is, and there's a lot of belief that needs to be suspended here. So let's say that that's, what is that? That's about, I think should be 3/4 of an inch. Okay, that's 1/2 inch. How large is that? 1 1/4. Okay, maybe 3/8. All right. So I thought it would be really fun, instead of having a book that opens like this, bear with me, I should have what do we call them? Beehive. So you know how you have those houses, and then you basically have drawers that you can slip out? I wonder if I could do one of those. And so, and I am not sponsored by this brand, though I am happy to provide a commercial if they want to pay me for it. So just finished a box, And somewhere I've lost the inside of that. It's probably on the back of something or other. But it has basically this notion of a drawer. So the drawer can come out like this. Oh dear. Well, those are going to be art supplies now. So the idea of being able to pull and put it back in. And so, technically speaking, if I did something that was as this shape, but this wide and this deep, shorter, do 3 of them, stack them, and then have some kind of either drawer that I could put them in, and or just use the journal, and at least like a single signature journal, and then slip them one in each. And so this book doesn't really open in the sense of it opens and here's all the pages. You would have to sort of pull something out. That's my thought. I don't know how easy and or hard that will be. What are some of the other issues? It creates a fixed size. So, and for those of you who have been with me for some time, we 100% know that I am not great at estimating the number of pages in a signature for how a journal can be maintained sort of a flush. I always end up doing these little kind of gator mouth things. And this kind of a design would not allow for it. But the notion of being able to just stack, and then you would have the journal then becomes part of the bee thing. I might have completely overthought this and well over-engineered it. So this is a carton that comes from the LCBO. And it's a beautiful carton. It's really well made. And it's great sturdiness. And the notion here is that there is flaps. So if you think about getting rid of this, you would have 1, 2, 3. That would be another way of being able to create that sleeviness to the journal. Anyways, this might be, no, not really. It's not big enough. But it is nice cardboard. I'd be able to tear it up and use the back maybe. So that's my thought anyways for what I want to do. Or we just tear it up and do a normal journal. And I think it might be worth trying just to see. I think. And so I'm gonna start. Oof. Oh, and the bee journal is officially started. Okay. So I'm going to put that aside for a minute. Ooh, look at all this stuff. This comes out really nice. I swear I keep this purely because Cindy at Studio Lou waxes absolutely rapturously over this as bits and stuff that she really loves to have. And I keep it, but then I forget to use it. But anyways, but that turned out really nice. That's a really nice piece. And we have some bits. And this is kind of a fun bit too. So we've got that. It's part of our stuff. Ooh, it's a little bit grimy. And so the idea would be then to glue one side and then have it like stacked like that. You could almost open it like this and have the ins, the coming outs this way, so that you could have something to open, and then you would have the flap over to seal it. The other thing that occurs to me is that I don't have to do it this size. I can do a size by like 9 by 6. I can do it a smaller size if I want to, or I can do 6 or 4. So what would we do? What do I need? I need some advertisements. And these advertisements are useful because they are they're sturdy paper. So what do I want to do? So step 1, just going to create an edge. So that would go there. And then this is, what do we say, like 3/8? So this, I should put a line there so I can see it. So this is, let's call it a 1/2 inch. There we are. And then I want 3/8. Sure. 3/8. And then I want 9, 8.5, 8. Let's do 8. 8. Three-eighths. And then a 1/2. And I'm just going to get rid of that. So this is really just a proof of concept. See if it would work and how hard it's going to be. And I don't think it's going to be all that hard, to be perfectly honest. I'm probably bouncing you around. I'm sorry about that. I'm not going to stab anything. I'm just going to use the tip of this just to create some score lines. Make it a little bit easier to fold. There we are. I know we've got this one already folded, but I'm just going to do that. Okie dokie. And then, oh yeah, that's just way better. So that folds and folds, and that folds and that folds. And then, technically speaking, we need that. Cut there. This is not as sturdy as the other card, but that's okay. Again, we are just doing this as a proof of concept. So we would go like that. Well, let's glue it. This is the one that's nearly done. do that. Then we do this. Oops. Is there any glue still coming out? Yeah, there is a little bit. Oops, oops. Barely. Then we would have, oh, kind of. There we are. Yeah, we gotta glue it, for the love of Pete. Oh, another glue stick bites the dust. Woof! Wow. That is a lot coming out. So if we had the measurements squared up, we would be able to do that. There we are, that's a little better. So that would be, oh, this is coming apart now. Oh my goodness. Don't follow me, I'm lost too. That's the old one. Put the old one over there. Might have to tape this. Are we okay now? We're okay now. So there. And then we would be able to do that. And then you could open it. And then, well, here's what, the other thing that we would need to do. Oof. Ugh. We would need to do some kind of big stacking or creating loops. Thumb holes, that's the word I wanted. Either on this side or on this side. So if we did it that way, then we could have a stack. It could look like a bee whatnot thingy, and then 3 different signatures would come out. It's a possibility. Anyways, that's where my current thinking is. The other thing that I could do is flippity floppity, that also isn't so in a signature, but have it sort of stacked. And that might also be an option as well. So that was a lot of thinking, I'm not gonna lie. And so, palette cleanser, let us, so one of the things that I like to do, that I did the last time that worked really, really well, was create some paper that is designed specifically for this journal. And I did it using washi tape because I love washi tape. I loves it. So I've got some fun washi tape, and we've got some yellows, we've got some oranges. Oops. There we are. So, this is for Shell at Shell's Creative Chaos. This is the kind of jar that I thrifted. It is sort of a wide square. It looks like it's got like a lip on it. I have another one here that's different size. Same kind of idea. It has that funky lip. And I think it is a florist vase, and the lip is used to easily take a ribbon that gets tied. And they are super cheap at my local thrift area, and I have a bunch of them now that are my heavy duty ort jars, thread jars, material jars, all of my jars, my jars. And so our colors are yellow and gray. And what do we want to do first? So what will I do? So I will put paper down, and then afterwards I will, what will I do? I will stamp it lightly with, to create some texture. And then what else will I do? I will probably do some splattering. And I'll probably do 2 sheets of this so they become an opportunity to create pages that are fun and very cohesive to the journal. And what else? And then I can use it for pockets and belly bands and whatnot. So it's just another way to create paper that is highly customized, and I get to use washi tape because heaven only knows that I have a lot of washi tape. And this is a great way to use up a bit of a bulk use. And this method comes to me from Carrie at Carrie Craft Designs? Carrie the Crafter. Whew. Oh, the other thing that I will do is I will put a glaze on top, because sometimes the washi isn't super excited just to be placed. And besides, anything worth doing all together now is worth overdoing. Oh, didn't mean to do it, cut the page in half, but there we are. What else do we want? I'm just picking out bits and pieces here. I don't like that. Here's one. This is very taupey. I need to do some yellow. Oops. The washi tape shop. This comes from there, as does the other one that I just used. And they're lined, like you peel it, and it's really hard to keep the tape from completely unfurling. And so what I end up doing is, using an elastic band. Here we are. I think I need another pink one. Golly, it's still outside. It's that weird, you know, that just insufferable, oppressive heat that is just accumulates before a storm happens. And I will probably find out whether or not our little hero, our new celebrity, as I tell my friends, Gracie Grace, is afraid of thunder. I hope she's not. She doesn't strike me as the kind of animal that would be, but then again, does an animal ever strike you as afraid of thunder? What do I want this? Well, we're just going to have a long strip of this. And then we're going to plunk it down wherever we see fit. I think putting the yellow down is going to make it look far more bee-like. I need to interrupt that pink. I just do. Oof. Yeah, that was a little intense. There we are. That's okay. What was I going to say? I was going to say something about something. What was it? What was I going to say? Ooh, this feels like it's a rippy rip. Heck. What was I going to say? I think it had to do with this process. And I was going to impart some incredible wisdom that was probably hard-earned from doing mistakes. And I have no idea what that was. Well, so we'll move on. Oh, I know what I was going to say. I know now. One of the thrifty items that I get on 8 times a year is the LCBO Food and Drink magazine. It is free, it is gorgeous, it is glorious, and there is a page in it that I have ripped out for this bee journal. It is intensely black and white, and it has very graphic horizontal or vertical lines. And that made me think how possible, how interesting it would be to do a bee journal and never actually have an image of a bee, just use the graphics of black and yellow. That would be really interesting. I mean, you would know. I think, what it was supposed to be or what it was suggestive of. But to not have it like visually represented would be interesting. Now I'm doing black because black is the other sort of important color. I'm just going to do part way because I think one of my issues here is I'm just going across pages and it is becoming too regular looking. Beady boop. There. Now I have, speaking of on the nose, I have Scotch brand washi tape. This is not washi tape. It is the same width, but the tape is 100% like very much closer to duct tape than it is to washi tape. So I will use it judiciously because I think it will be different. In the sense of it has a different texture to it. Oh, I could do it on the bottom. Just pop that down. And of course I got this a million years ago, and so it is now can I get it again? But it doesn't matter because it looks like I've got a lot of it left. There. I've used that yellow. Yeah, that's enough black. I'll do this. This is kind of interesting. This is very mathematical, and I think bees are a math. I think of math when I think of bees. And so some might say, do you think of math? Does everything remind you of math? And so I'm not going to answer that because it may incriminate me, but maybe. But bees are quite, their methods are quite mathy. So the design of the honeycomb and their even just their sheer ability to fly is as a result of some superb engineering on, I guess, the bees' part, though I'm sure they are not conscious engineers. I'm going to go across here. Yeah, that'd be good. This thing, I think, comes from an AliExpress or some such. And I got it because it looked very mathy. Oh, boo. Oh, no, can I do it? You know what? No one will know except you and me. You and me and the mice in our pockets. Here. I think I need more yellow. This is not really pleasant yellow. It's kind of an ick. Oops. Here. There. And what do I want to do? I'm going to do another one up here. And what else do I want to do? I'm going to do one up here. My baseball team was playing a team that was much worse than us and is playing a 3-game series with them. And we have lost 2 games so far, so that's fun. And that would be my outside baseball sarcasm. What else do we want? I like this. This would be fun. Oops. There's that. And let's do another one that's down this way. I have not any particular thought when I'm putting this down, just that I do a couple and I try not to get them to touch, but then if they touch, fine, whatever. Not a big deal. I wonder if I should use that orange. Oh yeah, it'll work. Let's go part the way down here. There we are. And does this fit? Haha, it does. Yep, we're gonna do it that way. There. And that end wants to come up. So it's entirely possible, didn't get enough glue. There we are. That's one of the reasons why I tend to want to just go over it with like a Mod Podge or something, just to get everything sorted. And I want to do that this way. And we're getting up on 45 minutes, so I will probably call it at 45 to let you go. And just so that you understand what it is that I'm doing, and I'll probably come back and have at least one more of these done as prep for the bee journal. Yeah, it's not sitting well. All right, so let's call it here. You know what I'm doing. You know what I'm thinking about. That plan may change as practical application hits the skill of the maker, which is me. And we'll see each other tomorrow for the next day of Junk Journal July. Thanks so much for watching. Please like and subscribe for more episodes, and we'll see you soon. Bye now.